This is Lourdes Yanez, the additional assignment on the readings for Edad, EDAD 5348. And so what I wanted to touch on was two topics on one of my favorite readings, actually, that I've had, I guess, in the whole class. And for many other classes. And the reason is because I think that it had a lot of impact in the way that I think, and it affects me because I am looking at a leadership position and I am a female. So the first topic, home life and work, Bowman and Deal talk about how much home life and work can affect the role of a principal. And basically it compares some of what the principals share as being, can we divide home life from work, and what some principals say it benefits, where others say, well, you have to have a balance, and really home life usually is integrated into the work life and vice versa. And I really like, that's the one I agree with, actually, that they are integrated, because I think a leader actually has, the ideas of saying, I'm here because it's in their heart to do it, which makes it personal, which in turn, you have to take some of that time from your family. But it did talk about one of the principals said that she was a mother, and in one situation when she was at school, she had to deal with a student, and when she was dealing with the student, she actually put herself in the role of a mother when she was thinking of the consequences for this child. So I think that it does affect one's personal life and one's work life, and you can have the family be involved in your school and make things easier for you instead of making it a stressful job. So, chapter 3 is all about negotiating personal and professional life balance or professional balance. And I think that every principal that has come to our classes and we've interviewed, they seem to have a sense of stress. And I think that what we want to look at is the best examples of a balanced life. And so the other topic that I wanted to discuss was gender matters. And that one was interesting for me because I am a female, and one of the things that they pointed out is when principals go into leadership, when it's a female, usually females wait a little bit longer to go into a leadership position because of their children and how much time it involves, whereas a male principal usually goes into it a little bit earlier. So that experience was something that Bowman and Deal looked at, and one of the other things was, how much more of a demand is it for a female principal, because in our society the female is looked at as the one who is the caretaker of the children. So when you look at two principals in a school and there's a male and a female, and you're thinking, we still have to balance, is there, that gender difference where we're looking at, is it more difficult for one than another? And one of the things that I wanted to point out is we keep going into these classes where the first thing that the professor says, or one of the most important ones that they keep repeating, is this is not an easy position, this is not an easy job, it consumes you. And so my question, or I guess what I want to just share is there really somebody out there that has a good balance that can share input? And I know we've seen a lot of those, but one of the things that they also talked, Bowman and Deal mentioned, different coping strategies with such a stressful job, which I think actually have to do with any kind of position. But they did talk about, having that vacation time with your family, because again, this was talking about, how do you balance your professional and your personal life. So they did suggest, one of the things that you need to do is have that quality time with your family where you just disconnect from the school, enjoy that, and re-energize yourself so that you can come back. And I totally agree with that. I personally think that, this was a great reading for different people that are thinking. It gives the different perspective, whether you're thinking one way or another. It gives you that that sense of, okay, there might be some that say leave everything at work and I go home and I'm I'm the person that is at home and I'm the one that can blend it. And so there's more than one way is what I'm thinking, depending on the person that you are and your family needs. So I really appreciated this because almost everybody that I know that might be going into leadership, does have a family, is looking at this as, is it the best position for me? And what I'm also thinking is because we're investing so much time and our heart into it, there's our family. At any point, do we feel like we're going to change the way we lead at a school because of how much it's affecting our family? So, negotiating personal and professional balance, I think, is something that we all need to reflect on before we get to that point. And so I'm glad I got a chance to read this chapter on Bowman and Deal because it was very eye-opening. It does make me think about really what I want and how I want to go about it, and really asking that question, to your family and sharing what you're thinking. So that's all I have. Thank you.